Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Anil Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Oh, yes.
It's right off of the cuff. I'm not very happy with Wayne's description of Dan, okay? Wayne's description of Dan is out of pocket. This was Wayne's description of Dan. I'm not very, very happy with where Wayne went with this, okay? The anti-reviews knows what's going on as well. I'm not very, very happy about this. I'm not very happy about this, right? And I'm going to get into the skit. But I just want to say that I'm not very, very happy with where Wayne went with this. Ain't no way you're going to describe, the guy that's over this house and you're describing the anti-reviews. Because that what he described him as was a man with a beard, clean at the top. Ain't no way you're going to diss my boy the anti-reviews. You're not doing this. Wayne took basically a cheap shot at the anti-reviews this morning. This is a cheap shot. This was a cheap shot. It wasn't necessary for him to take this shot. That's what he said. What is this? This was what he described the guy as. He said, and I quote, he said, this is exactly what Wayne said, and I quote, Wayne described Dan as a man with a beard, clean at the top. That's what you're looking at right here. So, man with a beard, there you go, the two beards, right? And the anti-reviews has seen the photo before. Clean at the top. There you go. Look at the top part. There you go. See? Clean at the top. Man with a beard, clean at the top. That's how him describe the dude. Like, you can't describe this. It's unfair. Wayne, you are not allowed to take shots at the You're not allowed to take shots at the reviewers. Please, you're not allowed to take. This was a stray. They didn't catch a stray. There ain't no way you're going to do this to us. You're not doing this to us. I'm just telling you right now, you're not doing this to us. I'm just letting you know right now, you're going to leave the reviewers alone. Please, allow the reviewers to do what we do. This is out of pocket. It's way out of pocket. I didn't like this. You know what I mean? I didn't like this. It was a shot at the anti-reviews, and I didn't like this. But nonetheless, let's get into the content. We took a shot at the anti-reviews. Anyways, let's get into the content and see where we're going. Like I said before, is Lauren going to still lie? That is the question. And y'all know she was going to lie. But some people were thinking it was going somewhere else. It wasn't. She's going to lie again. Let's go.
All around here too, bro. You could be going to jail.
Listen, I really don't care. That ain't
Bro,
gonna
you need to
really
care,
stop
man.
me. I ain't here.
She cannot handle it. She cannot handle it. She cannot handle it. Thank you very much for the person who gave the gift. She cannot handle it. What did I tell you was going to happen to the storyline? I told you all that this storyline was going to go into a place where it's going to look as though, I told you, it's going to look as if she didn't do anything. Are you guys seeing it now? She's going to, is it what it is? She's going to make it look like she didn't do anything at all. She can't control the situation. She can't control it. Dan would be left on a stretcher. Basically, the sheep had a little lamb. Danny had a little lamb. Lauren better put them papers on Dan because a lot of people are going to get hurt. Correct. O'Neill, make a song. Broke Dan, go back to work. I'm going to look at work, Jankro. Paula, But he said that to everyone anytime something happens. That's exactly what he says. She's on spot and she doesn't know what to do. She's going to call Delisa and she's going to blackmail Delisa. So Delisa is going to lie for her. The next there will be a video of Sanka in the background and a push cart. I'll probably, if they have a Sanka video, they're probably going to use me as a Sanka guy. Basically, it is what it is. I already see it coming. Wayne Wayne is useless. He deserves what Lauren does to him to scam him with all of his money. Is Wayne going to go for this? He probably is. Because it looks like Dan is the aggressor. That's what they're trying to show you. She hasn't set him straight. You see what's going on? So she hasn't really set him straight. Wayne already got Lauren in a lie from yesterday. Why ain't nobody calling the popo? They both stupid. Let them both do whatever they handle. Because at the end of the day, Miss Grant, here's the deal. No matter how Dan hoops and hollers, he's not going to swing. He's not going to do any of those things. That's why. Because no matter what he says, he's not going to do anything. He's just a guy who is clownish. Lauren is playing victim, which makes Wayne take the position of a protector. Correct. Correct. Didn't know you were gonna call the police. Dan is acting with too much emotions, and that's the biggest issue what we're seeing. Correct? A lot of emotions. But they're playing it that way doing a trade. They're playing it that way because what they're doing is they're getting Lauren out of the way. Them getting her into the position of the woman that is being, where you call it now, aggressed. That's what's going on. They're getting her in the position of the woman being aggressed. So Dan upset. Right? Dan is upset, but that's about it. Him upset, and so his upset is what they're looking at. That's why him said him not even thinking about Wayne right now. Lauren needs her karma now. What you're about to see is how Lauren is going to use this. That's what she's going to do. She is about to use this. She's going to milk this. Obsession is real. He's obsessed with her. Enough is enough. Lauren needs her karma now. So he's discombobulated some of the info. I know this is good for Wayne, and they treat everyone in his friend circle. I know this is good for Wayne. The way he treats everyone in his friend circle is a joke. This crazy Dan talk is useless. It's useless. Her lying should prove to Wayne that she doesn't care about him or his kids. Yes. Yes, Tambam. Yes. 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 Dan, please expose Lauren. Please tell it all. The $4,000 purse is the watch. Dan is emotional, but he hasn't done anything but express himself. That's what I keep saying. Up to now, him not take a swing. Up to now, he hasn't swung on anyone. Lauren is going to tell Wayne about the restraining order now. Exactly. She's going to make it look like basically she has done nothing. Just watch a story. She's about to use this to her advantage. She can't use it though because he was specific when he asked, does she have any idea who that was, or does he have anyone crazy in her past? Yeah, but she's going to use that, make it look as though, Erica, she's going to make it look as though basically this guy has just been hunting her down for no reason. So in other words, she's going to make it look like she needs protection from Wayne rather than telling Wayne that she basically scammed the guy. I wonder if it's what's going on. Not doing anything. No matter how much talking them talk, he's not doing anything. Unless Tamira tells him, he will never know the truth. It may not work out the way we think that it should work out. Correct? True as well, Sabrina. Dan is a little bo peep. Lauren is a stray sheep. Wayne is getting rid of her. I think he's going to do it in both on the podcast and in the personal side, stating he's a threat. She's a threat on both fronts. That's interesting, Miss Grant. This is Wayne's karma as well. Interesting. That's a good take. She could have played her cards by telling him what's going on and that he needs to get security. She also should have showed up with the police, but she didn't. And I keep asking in a Tambam, why is she not showing up with the police? Is there a reason? Does Lauren have cases why she doesn't call the police each time? Dan needs to say, I helped to take care of your mama. Lauren is still not going to come clean. That's what I'm telling you. A little tiny first. Little tiny fist. Okay. Wayne balled up little fist. He would have hurt himself more than he would have hurt that. Oh, you know what, Charmin? I love that. I love the Charmin. I think the men that Lauren scammed will be coming out of the woodwork when they see her on the podcast. Very interesting. You know what, Charmin? I like that take. I like that take. Here's the question you probably want to ask yourself. We already list friends. We already know the Dan part of the story. The Dan part of the story is the known. We want to know the unknown because O'Neill checks on the unknown. You already have the known to the equation. Are there other men that Lauren scammed? That are your question you have asked. Dan just happened to be the one that is basically not letting it go. But the question for you that you want to be asking yourself is this. Are there other men that she has scammed? That are your question. We already know. We already know what Dan is. You're not breaking any news to us. Only on, but Dan, but look at what Dan is. You're not breaking any news to me, friends. I'm watching the same thing you're watching. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing it. Your question is, has Lauren are there other men that Lauren has scammed? That's your question. Because that's what you're watching in a nutshell. You watch a woman who is a scammer. But right now it look like the man of this aggressor, and I'm telling you. So what the writers are doing is showing you. The writers is showing you how basically a woman will be a scammer. But because a man basically is approaching her about that scam, and it might seem a bit aggressive, right? Whichever way. See him present to be aggressive, emotional. Okay, him present to be emotional. His emotionalness is looked at first before the woman being looked at as the person committing crimes and acts. That's what I'm showing you. They're showing you how much certain things trump others in society. Notice, people can't let go Dan right now. As much as how Lauren is scamming, the mind is tough to basically compartmentalize the mind to say, okay, you know what? We can see Dan, but yes, we can also see this on the same side. That's what they're doing. That's basically what they're doing. Correct. To scam Mr. Biggs. Wayne's last two women have led other men to his doorstep. You better slow down. That's also true.
Going on?
Ride out, bro.
I'm not going nowhere.
Man, ride out, bro.
Right out where?
Man,
Dad,
ride out,
leave.
Who gonna?
Right out. This was how they described Dan. Dan was described as a man with a beard with a clean top. This was how they described him. I didn't do this, right? Deontay, Wayne took a shot at Deontay reviews. I just want y'all to know this. I didn't like this. I never liked what Wayne did with this. Wayne was out of pocket when he did this. I didn't like this. I never liked this. I feel like this was out of pocket with Wayne saying all of this. I feel like it was very much out of pocket. He should never have done something like this. Nonetheless, let's get back into the story. Deontay. But yes, that's the story in a nutshell. They're going to flip this. She's going to flip this. She's going to flip whatever it is. I thought the same thing when he said that. Men that Lauren has scammed. Lauren thinks that she is smarter than the men she uses. O'Neill, Dan has done this type of behavior to 8 other women. I'm not excusing Lauren's behavior, but Dan is mentally unstable. His lawyer told him he has mentally unstable is great. Again, we've seen Dan. Dan is the obvious, Paula. I love what you're saying, but Dan is the obvious. Dan is the obvious. Dan is the obvious. He's the obvious. We know what we're seeing. Dan is the obvious, Paula. You're not breaking any news to us with Dan. A man we're obsessed just like a woman obsessed, like when Shayla get obsessed. You're not breaking any news. Dan in the same category as Shayla. Same category. By the way, Deontay is the one that tell me that that they described him. So don't worry, friends. He knows. Yeah, so that's what's going on. You're not breaking any news. You're not breaking any news. They're asking you, can you see the woman? Look at how you basically flip back around again on Dan. And I'm telling you, we already know Dan. You're not breaking anything to us. Dan messed up by showing Wayne that he's abusive to Lauren. Verbally. And that is the crazy part. I'm watching for a Jamaican character with locks in the storyline. So maybe I'll probably be in there. This is Lauren's fault. Stephanie's cousin gave Lauren his full background check, and Lauren continued to take from Dan. Blue and Maze, thank you very much. She continued to think she could play the game. Don't worry, I'm soon get inside of the story. Dan should tell it all to Wayne. Dan is furious that everything she said, he caught her in her lies. He should sit down and let go and let God for real. The only guy that isn't going to back down from Lauren, that's what you're seeing. The man is just not backing down from her. That's why I keep questioning it, Paula, I hear you, and don't think O'Neill is messing with whatever it is. Don't think O'Neill is trying to say anything different. Again, I ask you again, right? Let me do it again for you, Paula, because I wanted to make sure. See, what I wanted to do was to make sure you see the topic the people I'm trying to give you, right? Because I don't want you just don't take the topic I'm trying to give you. They basically is saying, hey, is Lauren just as sick? Is the question. Is Lauren just as sick? That's what I'm going to ask you. Can you identify that? We already know Dan is very obsessive. We know obsessive behavior. We know that. You're not any stranger to an obsessive man or an obsessive woman. No one is a stranger to that. But I'm going to ask you, can you see how sick Lauren is as well for playing this game? And she's still playing it. She's still alive. I'm just asking. Always scamming and lying is not standalone mental diagnosis. Instead, chronic deceit and financial exploitation typically points to antisocial personality disorder. Again, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but I just wanted to kind of give you more light on the topic. Or calculated behavioral patterns like malingering rather than simply just lying disorder. So we already know Dan. Trust me, believe me, you're not breaking any news with Dan, mommy. We know where Dan is. we know Dan losing his mind. We know that already. We know Dan sick. We know Dan obsessive. We're aware. Trust me. O'Neill is not aware. She didn't lie. She no longer dealing with Dan. Yeah, but she's lying about a lot of things. She's lying to him. She's lying about a lot of things. She's still lying. She's still not being very forthcoming and honest about everything. Lauren is just a garden variety home grown scammer. Yes, and she's lying to her advantage. That's what she's doing. So she basically is doing her little things. I can identify Lauren's mental sickness as well as before. That she has been a pathological liar. That's what I'm going to ask you. We can see Dan, friends. We know said Dan obsessive. Everybody has seen the obsessive man or the obsessive woman. We know them. That is the given. That's the given in the storyline. They should show how to get free pum pum. She's still lying. Lauren is not going to stop the games until someone gets hurt. That's the point that I'm going to try to show you. Lauren is very dangerous. She knew Dan was outside Wayne's house and she should have alerted Wayne exactly. But she never did. Watch how Lauren lies to Wayne with a straight face and fake tears. That's what people are trying to tell you. Look how she's going to lie to him with like a straight face. That's what they must show you. They must show you how, yeah, Dan is whatever it is, but them showing you how dangerous Lauren is. Like Lauren are going to make it look like this is just happening out of nothing else. A liar and a thief is one of the worst. O'Neill, look up pathological liar. Psychotic liar. There you go. Yeah. Psychotic liar. Exactly. So they're asking you, can you see this girl for who she is? Often blends with the concept of psychosis, losing touch of reality through delusional hallucinations, pathological or compulsive habitual fabrication of false stories. People may mix up these terms of describing extreme deceit and bizarre behavior. I don't think she's here but hey, people say it, we say it, but we say it, but I think they're probably going more toward one of the other ones. But fair enough that Willie. Dan is trying to get back his money from Lauren. Dan has done this before with other women. Wayne wrote himself in the skits as a simp. Eklund, she's dealing with him though. She was about to say, we just talked, but Wayne cut her off. Correct. Lauren is just obsessive, seeing the consequences of scamming and continues to do that to others. Dan should tell Wayne that he was the vegan guinea pig when Lauren was planning to get with him. Exactly. They must show you, say, basically, she's willing to go the extra mile to, she's willing to go the extra mile to do anything. She's willing to go the mile, friends. That's why O'Neill played the skit from yesterday. Look, Panar put the thing in there and somebody said, no, O'Neill, no, that's not what she's doing. And she, no, O'Neill, no, what do you mean? But no worries, you know me, I don't mind. Because, of course, we're just talking about these kids, friends. So don't feel any way. Listen to her again with our mother's story.
You all right?
No, I'm good. I'm just got a lot of family stuff going on, stuff with my mom.
Oh, okay, dog, man. Your mom all right?
Yeah, she'll be all right. It just made me realize certain things. And I feel like having a man that's a protector, someone that doesn't scare you, someone that is just there for you, that means a lot to me.
Yo, your mama must be going through something.
Mm-hmm.
What's she going through? Like, what's up? Talk to me.
I don't want to get into it right now. It's gonna make me emotional, but
Is there anything I can help with?
no, I think you just being you being there for me.
Do you see the setup? Listen to the word she used. Do you see the setup? So if you're just looking at Dan and at the entire story, you've missed it. The woman has snuck right underneath your nose again. That's what they're telling you. They're showing you how Lauren has snuck under your nose because you're looking just at Dan and you're not seeing the problem. Listen what the woman say. She's just glad he's a protector. Do you see it? Do you see the scam? Like, you must see the scam. What is Wayne doing right here, sir? What is going on right there? Do you see the setup? What's happening right there? Do you see the scam? Until you see this, friends, you're just going to look at Dan and you're going to get distracted. Listen, we already know what Dan is. You're not breaking any news. You're not breaking any news. If you think you're breaking news telling us that Dan is crazy, you're not breaking any news. We know that. Look what she just look what she's telling him on the phone yesterday. He's a protector and something with our mother and whatever it is. It's the scam. And then now basically Dan shows up and she gonna make it look now as though, whatever else it is. That's what the scamming is. She's lying, Eklund. May I show you how she basically is setting up the lie. But the lie basically it fabricated. It have layers in the lie. You know see the lie. You don't see it. Or you miss it. Exactly. That's correct, Paula. You have to watch her. Do you remember the boy who cried wolf? She'll learn a valuable lesson about. Thank you, Paula. You just see what me I said to you now. Look at the setup and look how she looks now. This girl set up the story from yesterday. She already set up the lie from yesterday. So when Dan pop up now, it's going to look like Dan aggressing her. For no reason him just aggress her. She can't say anything. Let me see y'all's comments, friends. Lauren is trying to pull out all the stops to get Wayne's money because she has already seen Wayne that is not an easy target. Dan does need to say something and stop getting emotional. He needs to step back and take a breath and tell Wayne the whole story. That I agree with you, Navani. Delicia isn't ish either because she should have held out. Thank you. Blue and Maze, that's what I said yesterday, that Delicia did not hold Lauren accountable. She told her it was okay. Lauren used her mother scam the African also. She and Elisa got a shopping spree when she said that their luggage was lost. Yes, una forget say enough man them scam, This is what them a do regular, So you're missing the fact when you look on the next side of Dan, you're missing the point that the girl continues to do this. And until she gets checked, that's what you have. That's what you have. Yeah, see the scam. All of the stops. He's doing what Lauren just said he was going to do. Protect her. That's what she tell him. She peer into him like yesterday. Wayne, you're such a protector. Wayne, you're such a protector, Wayne. Lo and behold, so, Lauren, don't respect her own mom's safety. Why would you risk that? She cares about Wayne's safety or anyone else. She doesn't. She doesn't care about anybody else's safety. Dan is doing a lot of mumbling. He needs to speak up and tell it all. But yeah, Paula, that's what's going on, They really need to give Dylan a new part. They got man looking stupid. You mean Dan? Dan is a scammer too, y'all forgot. We're not saying Dan is not crazy. We're not saying this, Mary. We're not saying this. We're not saying Dan is not nuts or Dan have a past. What we're saying is we already know that. We knew that of Dan. So we knew what Dan was, right? And Dan is acting out. But we're showing you how the woman is using the man and her status as a woman to get by. That's what we're saying. We're showing you how the woman get by. Lauren plotting on Wayne from day one. That her and Carly Red went into the garage, sat in the car. She didn't care. Tamira made it easier because she told Lauren about the money. Within 20 minutes, Lauren will be right back to her scamming. Correct. That them I try to show you pathologically. Dan really hasn't really scammed anyone since then. What them I show is Dan has basically changed, right? He's not really scamming nobody. He just love this woman, and that's about it. He's obsessed, which sure, we don't like the obsession, but I'm showing you that. What I get is that Dan is in love with her, scamming him, which is diabolical. I don't think he's in love with her scamming him. Him just can't believe that she scammed him. He believes him thinks she did really love him. That's what he thought. He thought she really loved him. If you go back and watch, him think she loved him. Dan thought Lauren loved him. That's what him think. Somewhere in his mind, Dan thought, this is what it is. Dan thought that Lauren loves him. Somewhere in his mind, somewhere in the back of his mind, him believe this. Somewhere in the back of Dan's mind, him believes that she love him. Him believe that she has this love for him. Okay, if you look at, let me see if I can give you one of them. Somewhere in the back of mind, he believes. Let me see if I can find one of his series with her. This is her, right?
So I don't just know the neighbor.
Don't make she understand. So the girl does these things, man. She's tricky, right? Again, Dan is crazy as well, Don't get it twisted. Pay attention to this. This is her and Dan. So she make it look like her and Dan was never a thing or all of that. Just pay close attention to all of this. I want you to pay attention to this, right? She make it look like them wasn't a thing.
Dan, didn't I tell you I was gonna call you?
Man, forget all of that. What are you doing with this?
I'm about to just go on a quick little trip.
Quick little trip. What trip is this?
I thought I told you I was gonna be gone for a little bit.
Well, where are you supposed to be going?
Listen, Dan, I'm be honest with you. I'm headed back to Atlanta. I gotta go handle some stuff.
You going back to Atlanta?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just she been doing this. Like she been like, y'all just don't see the lead on. Somebody she kind of leads some of this on. That's kind of the thing, Dan soft, Don't let a person tell you more than once what it is. True. Hey, me agree with all of the pieces I'm with Dan. They're just making sure you can look on all sides of the story. Like I said, friends, look, I'm with you on what you say about Dan, I'm with you. Just make sure you're seeing the two sides of the story. That's what they're asking you to do. You're not seeing one more than the other. Wayne should have never trusted a woman with a face bigger than his. Oh my gosh. This is also Dan because Lauren did try to give him his money back, but Dan refused to take it. That's also the piece of the puzzle. This is good because Lauren is putting Wayne and his kids in danger. This is not good. I apologize. They need to call the police. True. And Dan, I don't like these games that they're playing with hurting women or men because you can't force someone to love you. That's also true. I don't like what Lauren is doing either. That's also true. That's what the story is. Lauren went along with Dan as her man until she saw an opening for Wayne. Yes. You have to also understand that. Lauren has to hate her mom to put something like that out in the atmosphere on her mom. Using fake illness related to her mom and scams is low. She has to really have hatred for her to do that. She just does a bunch of things. Why she do them? I don't know why she does them. Anywho, friends, I have gotten winded. Friends, I love y'all and I love the conversations. Thank you very much for being here on the platform, friends. I've got to jump off. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. I love y'all very, very much. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys very much.
Welcome to the Audio Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.